What's the old saying again? Madness is repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. Insanity? I'm not sure. I spent all night trying to find trades in order to get Brook Lopez out of here, and the Memphis Grizzlies did offer us one, a first-round pick for next year in order to get Chandler Parsons. In exchange, they would get Brook Lopez and Doug McDermott. One problem, though. Their pick is very, very low on the draft board, looking right now as they're going to be a playoff team, and their pick looks like they're going to be the 25th, in which I realize that I'm running into the same problem as last year. I'm trading away assets, but in return, I'm not really getting that much on my investment. What am I building towards? What is the team that I'm trying to shape here other than just building for the future? So I declined the trade and decided we needed to get something a little bit more firm and see what else we can kind of bargain for here. So off to Sacramento we went and took a major loss to the Sacramento Kings, looking way more improved this year as they're not dealing with as many injury problems, as we lost 93-76. And we went to Minnesota to continue our long, struggling road trip as we took on the Minnesota Timberwolves and their two bright stars for the future, Andrew Wiggins and the big cat himself, Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, this should be a fun one. At least I thought it was going to be pretty bad until tip-off got underway. Karl Anthony Towns wins the tip, pass straight to Chris Dunn, who's been fantastic for the Wolves as well, and look at the easy layup by Karl Anthony Towns. Back up the floor, next possession for them. Dunn, Karl Anthony Towns from outside the paint, nails fadeaway jumper, 4-2. Later on, next possession for us. Still only less than a minute through the first. Kilpatrick trying to drive past Oladipo there and gets past him there with the nifty crossover as he gets to the rack and attacks with one hand to the basket. But again, right back up the floor, Chris Dunn. Karl Anthony Towns, that jumper, it's magic for him. He gets it working as he's got 6 points early on for the Timberwolves. Later on in the first, tie ball game at 8 apiece. Wiggins inside work for Towns. There we go, a block that we're looking for. Lopez getting inside there and rejecting Karl Anthony Towns as Hollis Jefferson back up the other end of the floor, working his way and getting through the shot to go ahead and lay that one up and in and take the lead for the Nets. 19-18 ball game here. Jordan Hill inside this time. Not Karl Anthony Towns getting the layup there. And then a little give and go here. Oladipo to Hill. Back to Oladipo as he attacks the basket and gets 2 points there. Later on, second quarter, we're doing a very terrible job of protecting the lane as Malcolm Brogdon is out for this game, which meant that we had to rely a lot more on Jeremy Lin and Holland in this one. Lopez out here from three as he has to chuck up a shot. No good. Down 5. Here's Wiggins pulling up from about the free throw line. Gets the lucky bounce and gets that one up and in. Yeah, not a very encouraging sign from this Nets team, but they're staying in at only down 5. There's a little pick and roll offense here. Chris Dunn getting ready to light that one up from 3 as he nails that one. And now only up by 8. The Timberwolves get rejected here. Hollis Jefferson and McCullough working there down low on defense, and McCullough's rewarded on the other end. The pass from McDermott on the other side as he slams that one home. Later on, though, Nets down 14. A little pick and roll action here as Jeremy Lin able to get the bounce pass inside the McCullough 360 slam there. Brings the lead down to 12. Seconds left in the second quarter. Bad pass inside, picked off by Doug McDermott, and back up the floor. Noel up the floor in transition to slam that one home and bring the lead down to 10. Later on, Timberwolves lead down to 5. Nets trying to fight back in this one. Kilpatrick for 3, no good. Noel inside with the rebound and slams it home. Got to get him by himself inside at some point, but here's Oladipo back up the floor. Had an easy shot there, miss, rims out, rebound by Noel, and Kilpatrick trying to work as they pass it around the perimeter out to Jeremy Lin, a little crossover, and that size up there gives him enough room, and he hits the jumper. Lead down to 1. Things looking a lot better now. Tyrus Jones trying to spin around. Kick out. Victor Oladipo from 3, though. Can't leave him open. He will nail it from the corner. Noel trying to work on Jordan Hill. Kicks it out to Lopez. Back out to Lin. Lin's got a jack up a 3 with the time winding down. And he misses as Tyrus Jones comes back up the floor. Here's Oladipo. Out to Levine. Tight defense. Good pick there by Wiggins. Kick out. Jones from 3. Even with the pressure in his face, able to knock that one down and push the lead to 7. Nets still working here, though. Not giving up. Lopez on the drive after a few kickouts from the perimeter, and he gets that one in to bring the lead down to 2. Later on, Nets tie ball game here in the 4th. About 9 minutes to go. Here's Karl-Anthony Towns. Misses the shot, tries to rebound, though, and the defense is there to meet him at the basket. Back up the floor, Hollis Jefferson out to McDermott, to Bam inside, and he slams that one home to take the lead for the Nets in this one, 87-85. Nets trying to push this lead now. Next offensive possession. Lynn trying to drive, kick out. Jefferson out to Dougie Buckets as he nails the triple, gets all 3 of those, and gives us a 5-point lead. Later on, 7 minutes to go here against the number 2 team in the West. The Minnesota Timberwolves really improving this year, and a bad bounce pass from Jeremy Lin inside. Gets picked off by Karl-Anthony Towns. Chris Dunn back up the floor, rejected by Hollis Jefferson. That 7'2" wingspan coming into play there, but Ivan Robb able to go ahead and lay that one up and in as he followed the missed shot. Again, a bad pass in the interior results in a turnover and a fast break point for the Timberwolves, as it was Wiggins there who missed the shot, and then Karl-Anthony Towns putting that back up and in. And again, another bad pass in the interior. You cannot get away with that with Karl-Anthony Towns down there. And Chris Dunn this time on the break, able to fight through the traffic, lay that one up and in. Later on, though, Nets deficit down to 3, down to 1 there with the slam by Bam. And we're down to a minute to go with only a 1-point lead. Karl-Anthony Towns trying to get that one up, but enough pressure there by Nerlens Noel forces the miss. Nets with less than a minute to go now. Kilpatrick sizing up on Chris Dunn. Gets the pick here. Tries to spin around. That's Oladipo. And gets the layup to go. 1-point lead for the Nets as we may be able to steal one here in Minnesota. 43 seconds left. Ivan Robb to inbound, and Chris Dunn just finds himself wide open. Poor defense there on the inbounds play. And then the Nets with 20 seconds to go here. 2-point deficit. Trying to erase it. Lynn trying to set up a play here. Kilpatrick, 12 seconds to go. Little crossover, trying to drive and shoots over Oladipo, but gets fouled on the play. And with that, the Nets get bailed out there, and Kilpatrick goes to the line and nails the first free throw. Here comes the second one. 9.5 to go. Need this one to stay alive and push into overtime. And Kilpatrick nails it. 105-105. 9.5 to go. Wolves inbound. Pass deflected there by Lynn, but the Nets couldn't take advantage. He bites on Chris Dunn's pump fake, and Chris Dunn gets an easy lane to the basket and lays that one up and in. 107-105, 3.2 to go. But how will the Nets respond here? Inbounds play. Kilpatrick coming around the wing. Kilpatrick, 2 seconds. 1, got to chuck it up, and that's the ball game. 107-105, and a thriller here in Minnesota, but not enough to actually pick up the win. It's a great game overall by the Nets. Love the way that they fought and tried to stay in this one, but really bad interior play doomed them in the end here as Karl-Anthony Towns took away player of the game. 5 steals. Yeah, it was pretty easy with the bad passes inside by the Nets. He had a great day in the block. 19 points, 12 rebounds. Yeah, no reason to argue with him being player of the game here, and the Timberwolves picking up the win. Chris Dunn, 23 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal. Zach LaVine, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for him, and 2 steals as well. And then Victor Oladipo and Andrew Wiggins bringing up the behind with 13 points for Wiggins and 10 points for Oladipo. On the Nets side of things, Bam actually had a big day scoring. He had 23 points as he actually got the start in this one. 11 rebounds for him. And then Brook Lopez with 17 points and 7 boards. Jeremy Lin, 15 points, 2 boards, and 8 assists. But unfortunately, in a losing effort, as we go back to the drawing board, and it's time we pull the trigger on a move. Well, we have a deal in place, but we need to work out a few more of the details and actually get home first before we can do so. So, why not upset the Portland Trailblazers while we're out on the road and beat them 121-120 with a spree in the fourth quarter to spring us to victory there, and Jeremy Lin leading the way with 26 points. And then come back home to lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder without Russell Westbrook. Yes, we lost without the Thunder having Russell Westbrook. Steven Adams leading the way there with 22 points and 9 boards. But a deal finally broke through. No more Brooklyn connection. Brook Lopez is out. He is headed to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Jordan Clarkson and Julius Randle. We also give up Malcolm Brogdon in the trade, but I'm all right with that, considering that we get a more experienced point guard in Jordan Clarkson, who has some youth to him. We'll take on the 3-year contract. It's fine with us. And some youth also in Julius Randle, and him taking over the 4, a position that he's more suited for than Nerlens Noel. I think the experiment with Lopez and Noel didn't yield much for us, and I think it was much better for Noel to just play the 5 and have Julius Randle, a true 4, actually come in and play the 4. And hey, you get Kentucky teammates there as well. Well, not Kentucky teammates, but they both played at Kentucky. Why not? Let's become the Kentucky Nets or the Brooklyn Wildcats. So the first night with the team together, starting lineup now of Clarkson, Kilpatrick, Hollis Jefferson, Randle, and Noel didn't go well as we went to Manhattan to go take on the Knicks at MSG, and we came up the losers in that one 96-90. So why not a second test on the road as we head back out from Brooklyn, geez, it's like I just got here, and take on the Celtics at home in Boston. First possession for us. Hollis Jefferson here taking the pass from Clarkson, already getting some work in with his new teammates as he drives inside there, double clutches, and gets the first points of the game here for the Nets. Kick out here from Isaiah Thomas all the way out to the perimeter. Jaylen Brown there. He was going to get the roll anyway, but Hollis Jefferson getting a little too eager there. Goaltends, and that's 3 buckets, or 3 points for the Celtics. Look at the move there by Horford to just drive right past Nerlens Noel and get to the basket. Nerlens Noel is going to have his hands full today with Al, as he likes to get out to the perimeter and move inside as well. Here's Horford again with Noel on him. 1-point lead for the Celtics. As there goes Avery Bradley nailing the jumper there. And the lead pushed to 3. Later on, 11-9 ball game here. Thomas from 3, nailing it out there. He's got the range. You got to stay on him at all times. He may be small, but you can't depend on your height to bail you out. Later on in the first, John Holland getting in the game. Nets down 5. He cuts that deficit down to 3 as he gets the layup there, and he's getting to work here. And Holland, good pass inside to McDermott. McDermott, we're going to have to rely on a lot more as a 6th man. He's got the scoring ability, so maybe that's a better fit for him than trying to fit him into the starting rotation. Jeremy Lin coming off the bench here. About 5 seconds to go. Miles Bridges, post up. Look at the Hopstep jumper, gets it to go with less than a second left on the clock as he beats the buzzer there. Later on in the second, Nerlens Noel getting the feed off the pick and roll from Clarkson there as he slams that one home. Then Clarkson again here finds McCullough, who slams that one in fiercely with one hand over Dwight Powell. It was Kelly Olynyk, I apologize. And then Clarkson, little spin move here, razzle-dazzle, getting to the basket and fights through the contact to get that basket up and in. Later on, Celtics only up by 1. Dwight Powell, a fadeaway jumper there on the hop step. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound there by Bam. And Sean pushing it up the floor. Behind the back crossover, 3-pointer, no good. Randle getting the rebound though. Kicking it back out. Here's Clarkson trying to drive. Gets past Avery Bradley and lays that one up and in. Nets taking the lead here, up by 1. Late into the second quarter, up by 3. A miss there by McDermott, but a rebound there by Randle. Trying to work his way over Al Horford. Misses, gets another rebound, tries to put it back up and in over Horford, and can't get it to go. So back up the floor come the Celtics, and Jaylen Brown on the 3 misses, but Dwight Powell's there inside to go ahead and recollect the offensive rebound and put up 2 points. Later on, Celtics down by 6 in the third quarter here. Isaiah Thomas. Look at the footwork there by Thomas and the crossovers to get past Clarkson, but enough pressure there by Clarkson to force the miss. Bounce pass outside the Hollis Jefferson, trying to work on Jaylen Brown. Can't get anything there, so he kicks it back out to Clarkson, who crossovers right past Isaiah Thomas, and a hop step to the basket, lays that one up and in to push the lead to 8. Later on, Jeremy Lin trying to drive inside. Nerlens Noel is over there in the corner and nails the 3 from the corner. Not a sharpshooter specialist out there, but I mean, if you're going to be open and you have the time, why not take the shot? Down by 7 now of the Celtics, as here comes Rozier back up the floor, and he just fades away there, floats and hangs and hits to get that one and push the deficit down to 5 for the Celtics. Later on, a miss there, but Horford with Bam a little too eager there to try to get the rebound, a little too early, and Horford recollects and 1 as he gets the 3-point play, which brings the Nets lead down to 2. Bridges trying to work past Olynyk there and is able to, showing off what strength he does have. But back up the floor come the Celtics. De'Aaron Fox bringing the ball up the floor, trying to get past Jeremy Lin. They set a pick, kick out. Smart from the corner gets it to go. 1-point deficit now. Later on in the fourth, Celtics actually up by 2 now. About halfway through, and Dwight Powell, look at him just cruise right past Julius Randle and slam that one home with authority. The Nets don't give up here. Here's Clarkson trying to work past Isaiah Thomas, realizing he has the height advantage, and gets it to go. Brings that deficit down to 2, and he would convert the 3-point play. Later on, Clarkson working inside to Hollis Jefferson. Back inside the Nerlens Noel. Dangerous pass there, but gets it in, and then Noel able to go ahead and sweep right past Powell to get that bucket in. Noel working hard in the interior there, is able to deny a shot by Horford, and then Kilpatrick, kick out. Hollis Jefferson for 3, working on that 3-point range as he gets that one to go. Nets up by 6. Kick out here. Isaiah Thomas has to step inside the line. He only gets 2 there, but is able to hit it from the corner. And then later on, Nets up by 4 still, but Nerlens Noel misses the free throw here, not able to push the lead to 5. He actually missed all of his free throws there. He was to the line to 2. And then the Celtics able to capitalize. Jaylen Brown able to hang and hit on the contact from Bam, and he goes to the line. And he would miss his free throw. So only a 2-point game. Nets still up, and Clarkson brings it up the floor. We've seen so many heroic moments from so many different people here. Malcolm Brogdon, Sean Kilpatrick, Jeremy Lin. Can Clarkson put this game away? 5 seconds to go. Kick out to Kilpatrick. Little give and go to Clarkson. Scoop, layup, and gets it to go. 4-point lead for the Nets, and Clarkson may have just gotten the job done. 23 seconds left to go here. Still have to play tight defense. Isaiah Thomas has to chuck up one, and Nerlens Noel gets the rebound, and that should put this one away until some really questionable passing here, as the ball fortunately only gets deflected out of bounds. But the Celtics still have time. 10 seconds left. Nets have to inbound here. Clarkson gets around the screen, puts up the 3, and that's the ball game. 93-86. Nets put the Celtics away at home and give them another loss, which is kind of a bittersweet moment. It helps the Celtics and doesn't really do much for us, as we're still at the bottom of the division. So they still get their low pick from us, and they still remain even lower. It's almost like a strategy for them at this point. 20-20 game from Nerlens Noel, 20 points, 20 rebounds. He had a great game in the interior and really showed up towards the end there, defending Al Horford. He had some troubles early on. Horford ended the game with 21 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Avery Bradley, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And Dwight Powell, decent game from him, 10 points, 10 boards, and an assist, as he was all over the place in the interior. Jordan Clarkson, big game for him. 27 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Got to work on the turnovers with 5 there. And then Nerlens Noel had the 20-20 game. Kilpatrick, 13 points. And then Julius Randle putting up 12 points and 16 boards himself. So Noel and Randall seem to be holding the boards themselves quite well, and this could be a promising future here. Maybe not this year, but with the core that we have right now, if we can just implement maybe one more piece, maybe the Nets can start sniffing and looking at the playoffs in a very weak East.